Hi, I'm Brittany from the Run Up the Millers blog. Today I have a Toys R Us haul that I'm going to share with you guys. I'll just start by saying that you personally hate shopping at Toys R Us. I know that sounds a little silly. I know kids love it, and that's fantastic for them because a child walks into a toy store and knows exactly what it is that they're looking for and where they want to go. I walk into a toy store, especially with young children, and go, oh my God, how am I able to be a mom? I do not know what my child needs. So I went shopping the other day. I was looking for first birthday presents for Talia, and I knew that it's August, so it's very early. We still have more than a month to go, but I knew that I wanted to get this done in advance because it's something that stresses me out completely. So I've gone to Toys R Us. I've picked up a few things. I thought I would share them with you. I know basically nothing about the world of toys. I am learning as I'm going. So if you have any comments, suggestions, feedback about what I've purchased or things that you've purchased for your kids that they really like, please let me know. That's why I'm hoping to do this now, get some feedback before I actually wrap these gifts and get them to Talia. So I'll just dive right in. I've got a few different items to talk to you guys about today. So the first thing that I picked up is this lovely baking kit. So you can see that it's got some chocolate, some eggs, some measuring spoons here. Looks like that's supposed to be milk, and then, you know, the bowl. So I grabbed this. It says it's for 6 to 36 months old. So I thought it had a nice kind of wide age range. And it has sound and makes noise, but Talia's sleeping in the other room, so I'm not gonna do that for you. If you're interested in checking that out, that's fine. Feel free to visit Toys R Us or find some videos of it online, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done this. But I thought that it would be really interesting because I love to bake. So I thought Talia could be doing some baking stuff with me. I'm a little confused as to how a 6-month-old baby is supposed to play with this, because the whole purpose of the toy is to tell the baby that they're doing a good job and to teach them how to measure properly and put the correct ingredients in. And I don't know if my 6-month-old baby was just drastically behind in milestones than everybody else's, but she was more interested in learning to crawl and still has not gained the concept of putting things in something. Everything's just out. Stuffed animal bins, our container full of Lego. She loves pulling things out. Not fantastic ever as she put things back in. So I think 6 months might be a little young for this, but I thought it would be an interesting present for her first birthday. The kids on the back of the toy look much older than 6 months, so I'm hoping that this will be something that she can actually use at about the year mark, maybe a little bit later. So I'm thinking about giving this to her for her birthday. Maybe I'll wrap it for Christmas if I don't, because I feel like she's probably more apt to use it successfully at 18 months, but I picked it up now because Christmas isn't much further past her birthday, so we'll save me another trip back to Toys R Us. One thing I noticed when I was picking these toys up though that you might want to keep an eye on is the ABC tag sticker across the front here peeled on a lot of them. So before I give it to her, I might actually just put a little bit of glue on it to hold the edges down, because pretty much every one that I picked up in the store, they were already like curling off. And if I'm gonna pay quite a bit of money for a toy, I would like to know that it's gonna stay in the condition that it's in for quite some time. I do have my receipt here somewhere. I can show you guys prices for all of this stuff because it's another joy of the toy store. Everything's super expensive. So this was $23.97. So good to know, $23 for this. Hopefully Talia will play with it and enjoy it. So you can shake the egg, it makes fun rattle sounds. You can tip the milk and watch it pour out. And then, like I said, there's buttons down here when you turn the volume on. Maybe I'll just turn it on in quiet mode because now I'm curious. I didn't play with it in the store. Oh, it lights up. Okay, that's kind of cute. All right. So that's one of the things that I got for Talia. I bought a couple things because I think I'm going to be wrapping presents for family members who aren't able to come and see Talia for her birthday due to this lovely COVID nonsense. So like I said, I may not give all of this to Talia for her birthday, and if grandparents or whatever pick something up themselves, then I'll just wrap whatever is left over for Christmas. I doubt I'm gonna take some of this stuff back. So the next thing that I got for her is like a hammer and mallet set. So it's to teach the baby problem solving skills. So I understand. My mom said I had one as a child and I had a lot of fun with it. So you know what? Maybe what wasn't technically meant as a recommendation from her, maybe it was. But I'm like, you know what? Why not? If I liked it as a kid, maybe Talia will too. And I like the idea that it teaches problem solving. So simple concept, take the mallet, push them down, and then it teaches the baby to flip this over and then they can keep hitting them. So it says 12 months, and this is called a tap and turn bench. Aptly named. I actually understand the product from that. So that's good. The babies on the back look like they're probably about a year. So I think this will be something that will be good for Talia to play with. I like that it's colorful. They had some in the wooden variety, but I thought plastic would be better. For starters, our dog Shadow likes to eat things. So I figured plastic is maybe less destructible than wood. But it's also a lot easier to clean. I'm not a huge fan of cleaning wood just because it stays wet forever, but it's easy to clean plastic and then quite easy to dry. So if Talia's chewing on it or slobbering all over it, or it gets dirty on the floor and whatnot, it's pretty easy to wipe and then get back to her to play with without too much of a downtime there. So this is also by FisherPrice. Obviously FisherPrice is a huge kids brand, so I kind of trust some of the stuff that they're selling and that it's good quality. So that was one of the other items that I got. This lovely one was $29.99. $30 for this. Really? Wow. So a little bit more than I was thinking for something quite as simple as this one. The last item that I showed you was cheaper and had more features, but it is what it is. I wanted it for the plastic feature. The wooden ones might have been less expensive. I don't remember checking. We're kind of in a bit of a rush when we're at the store. We had a tendency to go just before they were closing. So we didn't have a lot of time to look around. And we were asking sales associates for recommendations and didn't get a lot of feedback there. I will share something that they did tell me later though. Like I said, picked up a couple things. It is called Yum23 Toaster. So it's a little breakfast set. You got your eggs and your bacon. You got some jam here. They have some utensils down in the bottom. And then you have this lovely animated toaster. This one makes noise too. Let me turn it on. So it sings to you. It's kind of cute. And then obviously your toaster operates like a toaster. So I bought this for Talia. I thought it was really cute. I get up in the morning and I have eggs and toast for breakfast every day. Try and start my day off a little healthy. Probably the only healthy food that I eat throughout the entire day. But I thought it would be really cute for her to be able to play with the same type of food that Mama makes for breakfast every day. Subsequently, what she eats for breakfast a lot of days is toast and egg, since she likes to eat off my plate right now. So I thought that that was really adorable. It says core learning skills are numbers and counting, colors, opposites, and pretend play. I can kind of see some of that. I'm guessing the toaster sings quite a bit of this because, there's only so many colors that you can really learn from eggs in a toaster. 12 months plus down here in the lovely corner. They have pictures on the back too. I guess the baby looks like, to me it looks like a little bit more than a year, and I'm not always great at judging. So this is from Leapfrog, also a good brand. So this I'm definitely going to give her for her birthday. I think she'll have a lot of fun playing with this. Like I said, she loves mimicking right now, so doing what Mommy's doing will be fantastic. So that was one of them. The toaster was $19.99. Not bad. I feel like that's a pretty decent price for the amount of features that toy is supposedly supposed to have. I picked up a wooden puzzle. So this was actually something that my mom had suggested. She said that this was things that we like to do when we were about this old. Does say 12 months plus on the tag here. So I picked up one. I think she's gonna get Talia a couple for her birthday as well. So I didn't want to get a lot, but I thought this one was kind of neat because it has, different vehicle types on them. Mainly I picked it up because it's got a digger on them. And if you've watched any of my videos or read some of my blog articles, you'll know that I'm a bit of a construction fanatic because it's what my dad does for a living. So I think the kids will really enjoy playing with the same type of things that Grandpa does. So I picked this one up. I hear that the pegs on the wooden puzzles are good. My mom was a little concerned that it was going to be a choking hazard. I don't know, obviously, because I've never had a child play with them before. So I figured if I got one with pegs, and then I think we're going to look for an alphabet set that doesn't have pegs, and we can kind of compare and see which one we like better. So that was this. This one was $9.99. So $10 for a puzzle seems a little aggressive, but I guess who am I to judge? I don't make kids' toys, and I know wood is kind of expensive, so anyway, so we'll be giving this to her for her birthday, I think. And then this is the last toy that I bought for her. So this is FisherPrice. Talks about letters, numbers, shapes and colors, first words, and more. So it's a storybook. I don't see, oh, Sis Storybook and Rhymes. So I have another FisherPrice toy. It's like an alphabet tablet, and the S is for sis. Really random in my opinion that that's what the S stands for. But I guess they must kind of be related because the S puppy that's sis on the tablet looks very similar to this, and they call it the Sis Storybook Rhymes. So I guess they try and carry through. So I guess if you have the tin tablet that I have, which I can't grab for you because it's in the other room at the moment, they go together. So it says for 6 to 36 months. I think they say that because this lovely little book sings to you.
I went to the animal fair. The birds and the pigs were there. The old apple by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair.
Anyway.
Storybook Rhymes.
Wow, it's very loud. To find the volume button, I think this one's on the back. But it's fun, it sings. So I think there are 6 different stories in it, which is kind of cool. And obviously your baby doesn't really need to know how to read for this, so it's great. Yes, it says 6 sing-along nursery rhymes. So yeah, I thought she'd really like that. Talia's really into the fabric books that we give her, and she loves reading stories before bedtime. The other day she actually refused to take her bottle until I read her a story, which was kind of cute. Kind of demanding, but kind of cute. So I think that she'll really appreciate this. And she sits in the playpen and plays with her fabric books. So this is a little harder. I don't know that I'd want to leave her unattended with this because it's plastic, but she'll be able to sit supervised, and then she'll be able to read through her stories, which I think she'll really like. So
Hickory dickory dock. Storybook Rhymes.
Very loud. And then the back here just has a picture of a baby sitting and reading too, and then it talks about the features of the thing. So I think this one's pretty cool. $14.98. This one was on one of the sale bins, so I feel like that was a pretty good price for this. I can try and find some of the links to these items if you want to look for them online. So I like that one. I think I'll definitely give this one to her for her birthday because it's definitely something she can use right now as opposed to some of the other ones that I'm kind of unsure about. So those are some of the things that I picked up for her birthday. I did pick up a couple other things while I was there. Picked up some bra extenders because, you know, pregnancy, boobs. Yeah, life. And then I picked up a bottle warmer because we're still bottle feeding Talia, and Mom's water bill has gone up drastically since we came back home. So I'm hoping this is gonna help bring that down for her. I've never bought any of the Tommy TB, I think that's how you pronounce it, products. So we'll see what we think of that. Once I actually try it, I will let you know what I think. All of this stuff was purchased and has been sitting in its decontamination area, I guess you call it, for several days before I've been allowed to touch it. So I haven't had a chance to try this, even though we purchased it a couple days ago. If you're curious, the bra extenders, it's a pack of 3 for $4.99. Not a horrible price. You can use those for lots of things if you happen to buy a bra that just doesn't fit, so that I don't mind. And they don't seem to have charged me for this. These ones were on sale. They had a sale on. I don't know when the sale ends. They were 30% off, I think. That was why we picked it up. Also, these ones were regular $50, and then like the Advent ones, which is what I was looking at because all of our bottles are Philips Advent, are like $80, and they do the same thing. So I don't understand why they're so much more expensive unless it's like a brand name thing. But yeah, like I said, I'll let you know how this works once I try it. And I'll let you know the price if I can figure that out somehow. So I bought the baking set. I got the toaster. I have the wooden puzzle for her, the hammer block mallet thingy, and then the readable story. Like I said, I got bra extenders, and then my bottle warmer. And my total came to $152.28, which is kind of a lot of money. Obviously not all of it is for Talia's birthday. And like I said, I think some of it's gonna come from other family members. I don't really know how much to spend on a first birthday. I know that it's not like there's a dollar amount, you must spend this much, but I wanted to give her a couple new toys because we haven't really got any new toys since Easter. So I think I probably picked up a couple more things than I need. I guess we'll find out. I'm learning as I go, so we'll see. If you guys have any thoughts or suggestions about how many different items you should be buying for a birthday, or how much you typically spend on average for things like that, I'd appreciate if you'd leave a comment below so that I know. I definitely want to try and balance things out now that there's going to be a second child on the way. So I don't want to spend a whole bunch for Talia and set the bar so high that it's just like financially exhausting trying to keep up with this year after year for both kids. So let me know what you think is best. So like I said, I had talked to a sales associate. So before I get into that, actually, I purchased this on Amazon, technically. Yo Kiddo is the brand. I've never heard of it, but it had good reviews, and I was looking for a bath toy. My current frustration right now is bath time. She really wants to stand and walk, which is great, but not fantastic when we're in a tub, because tubs are not exactly the most safe environment ever. So I thought if I bought a toy that she could play with, I don't know if you can see the pictures on the back, but the bottom goes in the water and then it'll spray water out the top of it, and then she can play with the spinny things. I'm hoping that she'll stay seated more during bath time so that she can actually spend some more time in the tub, because right now my rule is when you stand up, you get out. So sometimes bath times are like 2 minutes and sometimes they're like 10. But she loves being in the tub, so I'd like her to spend more time that way. So I picked this up on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was or what the price was at Toys R Us, but I can look into that for you. But I saw this at Toys R Us, so I thought I might as well show it to you because I am going to give this to Talia for her birthday. And I picked up a couple books that you might have seen in some of my other videos that I'm going to wrap for her, but I won't show those to you now because they're in another video. Yeah. So the other thing, this wasn't something that I bought at Toys R Us. Her name is Violet. She's a singing puppy dog. She's kind of loud, but so she'll make lots of fun noises. She doesn't have an off switch, so I hesitate to press one of the singing song buttons. She's great. Talia absolutely loves playing with her, and I saw her at Toys R Us, so that made me think of it. It was actually something that was recommended by the sales associate. So I think they're regular.
Hi, I'm Violet.
I think they're regular $15.99. So Violet is obviously the more female version of the toy, and they also have a green dog whose name is Scout, who I'm guessing is the more male counterpart. She will continue to go on, which is one of the reasons why Talia likes her, because if she'll play with it for a couple minutes and then she puts it down, and then Violet will start talking again, and then she'll come back and play with Violet, which is kind of cool. So it keeps her very entertained in the playpen. And she's kind of a stuffy, so like her arms and her head and stuff are stuffy, but her body obviously is not. So we have to wash her by hand, which is kind of the only downside that I see to it. But Talia really likes playing with it. I like some of the songs and stuff that she sings. It keeps Talia very entertained. So I thought this was cool. What I liked even more is that there's an older version. This is obviously for young kids, or small babies rather. But there's a bigger stuffed animal, so probably this big. Violet and Scout still, same concept. But this one is computer programmable, so you can enter your kid's favorite color, their favorite thing to eat, things like that. And then Violet will sing that information out in the songs. So the sales associate said that he has a son who's like 14 and he refuses to give up his dog because he absolutely loves it. So not something that I felt I needed to purchase for Talia for her birthday, maybe Christmas, maybe sometime next year. But I thought it was really cool to know that they did that. And since she loves her little Violet so much, I think that she'll really like a big Violet. But I mean, buying something like that now, she doesn't have a favorite color or favorite thing to eat because she's too little. But I thought that was neat. I think the bigger ones were 20 or 30 bucks, so a bit more expensive, but it's kind of cool that you can program it because kids likes and dislike change. So I mean, yeah, it's going to be kind of annoying to reprogram the toy, but you can kind of keep it updated and keep it going, and I like that it's a little more personal. So that was the recommendation from the sales associate. Honestly, we asked for some help and people didn't really seem to have any thoughts or suggestions for us. And like I said, I feel very overwhelmed when I go into Toys R Us because there are just so many different options. I feel like I'm incapable of making a decision to buy toys that she's gonna like, that are gonna be educational for her. There's just so many things to consider when you're making a purchase, and honestly I find that a lot of the products are very, very similar. Some of them are exactly the same. Like I said, the mallet thing that I got a plastic version from FisherPrice, but they had wooden versions in a totally separate section. So you're wandering around the entire freaking store looking for a toy for your child, and you have to like look at each of the little boxes to see what the age bracket is, because they don't organize them by age, they organize them by brand. So like all the FisherPrice stuff is in one area, which I find super frustrating. You not point me to an aisle that says 6 to 12 months, and then I look at all the toys. But anyway, so I thought I would share what I purchased and why I purchased it. Maybe someone else will find this information useful. Hopefully I'm not the only one that walks into Toys R Us and goes, I don't want to be here. But yes, if you have any comments, thoughts about how many presents you should give, how much money, what your child enjoyed playing with at about 12 months, because you know, it's a birthday, so 12 months. But also shortly after too, because she won't have any more presents given to her until Christmas time. So the 12 to 18 month bracket, what did they enjoy playing with? That would be super helpful information for me to know. I'm kind of one of the older moms. I wouldn't say older because I'm not the oldest in my group, but I was one of the first to have kids. So I feel like I'm kind of leading the pack in certain areas, and I don't have the answers. I don't really have a lot of mom friends to talk to because they all have younger kids. So like I said, any thoughts, comments that you have and that you can share with me would be fantastic. And I'm happy to pass that information along to others as well. I am part of a couple mom groups now, but like I said, I'm kind of have one of the older childs. So I'm sure people will be asking me this information early next spring when their babies are getting ready to hit their 1 year mark. So anyway, thank you for watching and listening to my ramblings. And comments below. You can check us out on Instagram, runofthemillers_under each. You can read my blog posts at runofthemillers.com. I'm also on Facebook. If you found this, you might have found me on YouTube, and I'm there as well. So lots of different ways to get connected. I try and post blogs weekly, and I'm on Instagram quite a bit more. So you can stay tuned, see what's up. If you're watching this video later, you can probably see pictures of Talia playing with some of these toys. You'll know what I've given her already. So stay connected, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.